Hello guys, welcome to TRT City Gists, and with me in the studio today is someone very special, someone that has been in the media, for a long time now, and we're going to be taking you through a long journey of interesting topic, which is going to start from today. And well, I'll allow her to introduce herself to you, and then she'll say a few things about herself.
Yes.
You're most welcome to City Gist.
Thank you for having me. I love being here.
That's nice.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
I'm going to make my introduction very brief because we know each other, but maybe some people still don't know me. My name is Blessing Njoh to be precise. And I am an aviation engineer by profession, but apart from that, like he said, I'm also in the media.
Yeah.
I have been doing media work for, I think, since 2005, thereabout, for quite a few years now, but I officially signed up, or I officially registered my own company just 3 years back, 4 years maybe. And what I specialize in is events management, events organization, and apart from that I also do TV work, which means I get to interview people, I get to attend events, meet the key players of that event and try to talk to them and get stories from them. So in a nutshell, I would say that is who I am. Yeah,
well, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome to City Gist.
Sure.
And it's indeed a pleasure that we are going to be, try to throw more light into some topics, for our viewers at home, which is starting from today. So yeah, it's really good. So same here. I'm so looking forward to it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so what are we discussing today? Let's hear from you.
Yes, today I would like us to talk about something that I think affects so many of us. And I was in that place at a point in my life, especially when you look around you see all these very successful people. And most of the successful people who have are people who run their own business.
Exactly.
All these entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
So you look around and you tell yourself, I want to be like this person. I want to do my own thing. And so I thought, this is a topic that cuts across demographically, like, okay, the whole population of each country has, one thing or the other to do with, okay, starting your own thing.
Business,
doing something you really love and not just depending on a boss or depending on, a monthly income. So I thought, okay, let's, talk about how to, start up something of your own. Apart from that, I'd also like us to talk about people who are already in businesses, but how to get their business to the next level. Maybe people who want to revamp, people who want to rebrand also. So those are really the 3 categories that I would like us to touch on.
Yes, okay, that's a very good topic. Because I can imagine there's a whole lot of people out there who are actually working for people, and they're looking out for how to start their own business. So most people see it as a very huge obstacle. They see it like, oh, it's something that is not doable.
Because they don't even know how to start.
Exactly.
What is the first thing you should do when you want to start a business? So they don't even have that clue.
Okay, viewers at home, yes, you've heard from Blessing. We're going to be explaining to you how you can start your own business. And if you already have your own business, but you think it's not going the way it should go, it could be that you actually didn't start properly. So you listen to us, and then we'll share, rub minds together, and then you'll know where you got it all wrong or what you should be doing for you to be able to get it right. But before then, let's quickly go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Everything is about to change. Be prepared.
Yes, welcome back. And still with me in the studio is still Blessing Njoh. And yes, Blessing. So we want to discuss, how to start your own business, and I'm sure a lot of people already waiting, and so really want to hear what we have to say. So yes, let's start with you. So let's start with the point. Let's start with you.
Yeah, you know what? Starting your own business is one of the most powerful ways to take control of your own life.
Yeah.
It helps you to choose your hours, to select the projects you find exciting, to meet interesting people. But one thing we always have to know is that before you start a business, you need a plan. So I'm going to give only 5 essential tips today to help you know whether your plan and your thinking are on the right track, if everything is going, the way it's supposed to be. Okay. So that is what I really want us to delve into today.
Okay, that's good. 5 points. Okay, maybe we should just list out the 5 points first, and then we can then break them down one after the other.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So the first tip would be build something you believe in. That is the very first tip. After you have your plan all played out. Number 2 would be offer what people want to buy and not just what you want to sell. Number 3 is always find new ways to cut costs. Number 4, test and measure everything. You'll be wondering, what does she mean by test and measure everything? But we'll get into that. Last but not least, decide the role of social media in your business.
Okay. Yes, those are the 5 outlines that we're going to discuss about. So we're going to go into that one after the other. But before then, don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lydia Osabanjo, and keep watching TRT Media.
Welcome back, guys. Yes, it's still your City Gist. So now, Blessing.
Yes.
We need to analyze now, and then for people to really understand this topic one by one. And don't forget, what we are talking about is how to start your own business. How to start your own business. And Blessing is here with 5 steps. Before you can start your own business, you need to understand these 5 steps. Very, very important. So, Blessing, let's start with the first one.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to make it very clear that it is one thing starting a business, but it is another thing running a successful business. And that is what I want us to focus on, not just starting a business. Everybody can start a business.
Exactly.
But how can we make it successful? Because the choices you make actually influence your potential for success.
Exactly.
So we're going to look at the first point that I made.
Yeah.
Build something you believe in.
Build something you believe in. Yeah, exactly.
So you tell me what was the first thing that came to your mind?
Yeah, exactly. I think, yes, before you can start a business, it's just like you said, build something that you believe in. So you should believe in yourself. That's the first thing.
Okay.
That you believe in yourself first, your skill.
Yes.
You should understand your skill and believe in your skill, your ability. Because if you think, yes, you just have passion for something, but you are not really solidly good, in doing that thing. It's another thing for you to have passion. I like to do it, but it's not really your own. It's not really your thing deeply.
Yeah, but skills without passion is also not effective.
Yes, skills without passion is definitely not effective. But then, if you just have passion and you don't have that deep skill, it's not there.
Yeah, so
it's going to die off way. I mean, by midway, it's just going to die off.
Yeah, so basically you need a combination of skills, talent, and passion.
Yeah, exactly.
You should have that tenacious drive, to succeed at what you're doing. You should love it. If money is your core goal, trust me, it's not going to work. It's going to wither off along the line. So your passion should be, you know, your drive, the reason you wake up every day, even when you face setbacks in your business, which you will face, trust me. As long as the passion is there, you find yourself, you know, still trying to move on. So that is one of the essentials of success in business, you know.
Like the passion driving the skill. The skill has to be that, you know, they need to drive each other. It's like pulling each other. So the two has to connect together. And I think, you know, it's just like you believe in yourself, believe in what you want to do. You know, in that area also, one needs to really evaluate, you know, around that. You need to first do a kind of evaluation, you know, on yourself and that thing that you think you believe in and the type of business you want to start. So I think that's also very
and with evaluation, it could be maybe approaching people and really asking people's opinion about what you think is your talent. You know, like how well are you able to really put this thing out there in a business structure? You know, so you should really have that self-reflection, like you said, evaluate yourself, evaluate your talents. Am I really able to do this thing? Is this thing really special? You know, is it something that I can market? So those are the questions that you need to ask yourself. But of course, the basics would be, you know, you have a plan.
Exactly.
You have a plan. What do I want to sell? What do I want to do? What are my talents? What are my skills? You know, so that is, you know, where it all starts from. And then,
is the business, is it just for money? Is it just about freedom? Or is it just about creativity? You know, or some other reasons. First, that has to be on the table. You know, okay, am I doing it for just want to be free? I don't want to be controlled by anybody. You know, I want to manage my own time and the rest of that. But or is it just about money? I just want to make money. Or is it just that, oh, I'm very creative, I just want to do it for creativity and the rest of that.
And
so,
when we went on the break, you were saying something about someone who knows how to bake.
Exactly.
I like the example.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just like someone who knows how to bake. If you know how to bake, that does not mean you can operate or own a bakery or run a bakery business. You know, because it's not, the bakery business is not just about the baking. You know, there's a whole lot that surrounds that business. You should evaluate yourself and know how you are good in terms of planning.
Yes, organizing.
You should be able to evaluate yourself and know how good you are when it comes to purchasing. You know, purchasing, supply, negotiation, you know, how you are able to your skills when it comes to bookkeeping and the rest of all this of all these things. Very, very essential. So if you're not good in those areas and you think because I can bake, you know, I want to start a bakery business. If you know it is just because you can bake, it is better you work for someone who owns a bakery business.
How about someone who is really passionate about doing it his or her own way? You are saying it's better to work for someone. But how about someone, when you feel you're limited when you work with someone, you can really explore, you can really showcase the talents that are inbuilt, that you have. So what would you advise such a person?
Yeah, well, what I would advise such a person is, it's better. The reason why I said the person should try and work with someone who already owns a bakery, I'm not saying you have to put aside your dream or your dream has to die just like that. No. But, you know, because if you decide to go into that business, don't forget you are just starting. Maybe you are starting with little capital. You might not be able to employ a bookkeeper. You might not be able to employ your purchasing manager or marketing manager and the rest of them, or somebody to do all those things for you. You might want to start, you know, little, and you might want to do all those things yourself. But if you don't have the skills to be able to manage those areas, you will just be working. You just be doing the baking. You might not really understand where the money is going, and you know how you won't really understand.
And you might not grow.
Exactly. So the business might be so stagnant for a very long time. But if you have probably a friend or someone who is doing the same business, you might actually decide to work with that person for a short period of time. You just give yourself a target, and in the process, while you're working with that person, you're not just going to work with that person as someone who's just going to bake. You'll be doing the baking, but then you already have an idea that I want to know how this is also done, how the planning is done, how the bookkeeping is being done, and the rest of that. So if you decide you want to do it for 6 months, for 1 year, then you would have acquired more skills. That now means your passion, which is the baking, with the skills you've been able to acquire, you can then combine the two together and then start your own business.
True.
The short period which you're going to work with that person, also, you would have been able to save more capital, to be able to start that business. So by the time you start, you're starting on a good ground, and then the growth can then. So that's what I
So
said.
to conclude on that particular point, to make it more concise, the point was build something you believe in.
Exactly.
So it takes a process. There are steps you have to follow. So if one of the steps you have to follow to achieve that point is to learn by joining someone else, then just do that.
It's very, very important.
It might take 6 months, but at the end of the day, you're learning, and that learning process is part of what you need. It's part of the fundamentals for the success of your own business.
Exactly.
So you have to learn sometimes in order to earn. It's only in the dictionary the word earn comes before learn.
Exactly.
But in real time circumstances and situations, you probably would need to learn.
If it requires going for a short training, the conference or the rest of that, no one can just do that as well.
Yes.
And then you're starting well.
Good.
Or listen to us. Then you have an idea and you know what you need to do before you start.
True.
Okay, we are going to go to the next point, but before the next point, stay tuned. We'll quickly go on a short break. Yes, welcome back, guys. This is still TRT Media's City Gist, and we're still talking about how you can start your own business. And Blessing Njoh is still here with me. We're still together taking you through that topic. And we talk about the first point, and then we are going through the second point now. I hope you still have your pen and paper to try and jot some points down. So Blessing, yes, we are going to talk about the second point now, which is what's second point?
The second point is very simple. It's basically offer what people want to buy and not just what you want to sell.
Okay.
So you take that away.
Offer what people want to buy and not what you think you want to sell. I think it's very important. It is very, very important. So if you have gotten your skills and your passion, you've been able to evaluate yourself. So I think it's also part of evaluation, because you don't just want to jump into doing business. The main essence of doing business is for you to make profits, and in thinking about having enough profit margin when it comes to doing business, you need to think about what sells fast.
Okay.
What sells fast? Is it in terms of products or services? So depending on which one you want to render. But then, which one sells fast? You have to be able to check through and then know that this is what people want. What people want is what you should sell. If people don't want a particular product and that's what you're selling, you might make sales, but the sales you're supposed to make in 1 month, if you're selling what people really want to buy, it's not going to be the same sales you're going to make. I mean, you might be there making the same sales or 1 month sales in 6 months if you're selling what people don't want to buy. Because it then means that you're going to have limited customers, limited clients. But if it is what people really want to buy, that means you have enough clients out there, you have enough customers out there.
So you already nailed the nail on the how do you say that?
On the head.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So the biggest mistake people make is jump into a business they think will succeed, rather than look at the proven success or look at, you know, the market. First of all, you need to do a market research. You have to look around you. What is the demand actually for what I think is going to be successful? You know, is it going to work? Do people really need this product around me? So I think that is one of the things. I think that's also what you're trying to say here.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you are not sure of what if you're not sure of what you want to sell to people, then you might just be thinking about yourself. And in doing business, it shouldn't just be about yourself. It should be about the potential clients out there, potential customers out there, the potential markets out there. Then, because if the business succeed through the level of the clients you have out there, then your business will grow and your business will definitely succeed. So I think that's
true. And I think another thing that might hold someone back is the fact that when you really look into the market and really look into what people need, one of the things that might hold you back is the fact that there are already other players in the market, you know, running that nature of business. So I want us to also try to educate people about that. What do you do in a situation whereby there are already other people, there is competition? So what do? Will you let that, you know, put you off balance?
No, it's. I don't think if you are starting a business, one of the first things that should come to your mind is competitors. You should be ready to compete. And when you're doing your evaluation, you'll get to a certain stage where you have to evaluate the market. As you're evaluating the market, you have to evaluate the competitors. What are the competitors doing? You know, in terms of pricing, in terms of the availability. Because if the competitors have the products, you know, out there very often, and yours is coming not so often, at a time they can't find your product and the rest of that, people would prefer to stick to, you know, what they can easily get at every point in time. So one needs to really be sure that you've been able to know what your competitor is doing, and in terms of also advertisement, and in terms of the pricing and availability. So, but if you're able to get all this, then you can then sit down and look out for how you can brand your own products. Then look out for how you can cut your costs. You know, because cutting your costs also, you know, will be able to help you to compete with the competitors.
You already said it. It is very important to know your competition, and competition in business is very important. You need that competition actually. You don't let them, you know, piss you off, to say it in a very simple term. But you need them to be able to improve, and you have a lot to learn from them. They have the backbone, they have the experience. You know, so you can learn, like you said, you can learn the pricing structure from them, because it will save you also a whole lot of time trying to determine.
Branding, very, very important. When you already have competitors out there, branding is also very important. You need to make your services or product very attractive, and very attractive and unique. You know, when it's attractive and unique, definitely people will want to go for it.
That's true. So the key, when we say we need competition and competitors, the key is not to copy from them. The key is to improve and to make your own services better, to make your own services more unique, and, you know, really bring it out there. And like he said, there's so much you can learn from competitors. You can learn the pricing structure. You can also learn about customer satisfaction from them. You try to research, try to look at which kind of customers are they approaching. Where do they get their customers from? Do they go to forums? Do they go to seminars, webinars? What do they do? You know, and you also want to know what their customers think about them. You want to know what their negative reviews are like, so you can also improve on that. You can learn from that and make sure you don't make the same errors they make.
Exactly.
You want to read their positive reviews also to really see how you can infuse that into your own business. So there is so much you can learn. Yeah, and talking about pricing and pricing structure, I know that many startups or many people who are trying to start up a business will be wondering, okay, now I know which prices are kind of like okay for the kind of business I want to delve into. Should I go lower in price than my competitor, or should I, you know, bring out the same price, or should I maybe go a bit higher than my competitor? So that is, I think, one of the things they struggle with. My advice in that case would be try to maybe go slightly lower without making it impact the quality of your products or services. So I'd like to also hear your view about that.
Yes, if it is possible, you know, look for a way around it, you know, when you're doing your costing, because you need to put that into consideration. You know, your cost of production is very, 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 very important. If you are selling below your cost of production and you have other expenses, then at the end of the day, you're not making profit. And if you're not making profit, then I doubt if the business is going to grow. But then look for other areas in which you think you can cut costs a little bit, which is actually not going to affect the quality and that's not going to affect the branding, you know. And then I think the better way to do that is to look for a cheaper way, source for your raw materials, you know, at a cheaper rate elsewhere of the same quality. You know, if you're able to get that, then you'll be able to reduce, you know, the selling cost. There are some other things you could do. You know, even the branding, you could get a way of doing the same quality at a cheaper rate, and then you'll be able to reduce your cost of production, and with that, and then your selling price will also, you know, come.
That is true, and selling price is very important. People want to buy products from someone they trust, someone they know, and they would rather go for, you know, an already established product. And yours is new, so it's good to really come low in your price. But another thing you have to know is that you have to be able to engage your customers. You have to get to meet these people. You have to really go in search of your target group. If it means you having to go to various events, you know, conferences, do that. You need to get to know who these people are. Let them know you, let them trust you, engage.
Exactly. Quickly go on a short break and then we'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. Yes, this is still City Gist, and Blessing is still here for us to continue with the point. So Blessing, let's quickly go on the third point.
So the third point is always find new ways to keep costs and expenses low. And what I'm trying to say here is that I know that when people start up a business, they focus on the brand alone. They want to build that brand. They want something that people can relate with, connect with. They want something recognizable, and they spend so much money trying to build a fancy website, fancy brochures, full color, glossy, fancy office or retail space. I would advise you not to go that route, because when you do that, you only ensure a very, very fast death to your business. The best way to go about it is to get leads. Leads are more important in the beginning, more important than building a brand. It is good to build a brand because that is where you're going to eventually. But when you get leads, you can convert the leads to sales. And then you make sure that those sales are repetitive, that those customers keep coming back. And then along the line, you're building that brand because they start to know you, they start to patronize you, they start to buy from you. Then eventually or automatically, your brand starts getting groomed. So I think that is one thing we should focus more on, leads. converting the leads to sales, building customer trust, and building repetitive sales, and then the brand comes along. So the bottom line is cutting down costs and expenses.
Which
So
which will help, in improving the profit margin, or increasing the profit margin, because I don't think there's no point spending the little capital that you have, on branding, on offices and the rest of the website, when the product itself, is not known yet. You don't have customers for it yet, so the concentration should be more on the brand, on the services. So that's exactly what you said. It's
and
quite
word of
right.
mouth. Word of mouth is also very important, because once you start having those sales, the customers will start telling their friends, their neighbors, that okay, this is a new product, and they'll start recommending you.
Exactly.
So that is very important, actually. So
at least the first thing first is people want to feel the product. They want to see the product. They want to value the product first before even trying to value you. If you spend so much money on website and the rest of
and
them,
you don't have sales.
You don't have sales. So you keep spending money. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, guys, you've heard. That is the third point. Don't spend too much money on unnecessary things. Focus on the product. Spend that little capital you have in building that product first. Have your customer base. Then you can then convert that to, just like you said, to sales.
Yes.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yes.
That's not so difficult.
Which is very important. Sales is quite important. So, guys, that's the third point. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Yes, welcome back, guys. This is still City Gist, and we are going on the fourth point now. So Blessing Njoh is still here to take us through how to start your own business, and we're going to talk about the fourth point now. So Blessing.
Well, the fourth point is test and measure everything. So you want to see, when you say test and measure, you want to see first and foremost if the strategies you're applying, if they are effective, are they sustainable, the things you do, the processes you follow, are they working? You have to test and see if they are really effective in your business. And then you measure, for example, I'm just going to give you a very simple example. You're paying hundreds of euros advertising. How sure are you that this advert reaches your target group? Where are you advertising? So you have to really go and do the back end research. Is it working? So that is what I mean when I say test and measure everything you do within your business. To make sure that you're not wasting time, you're not wasting energy, you're not wasting resources. In my background, I studied aviation engineering, and there is a Japanese principle we follow in many companies that I've worked with professionally, and that principle is called Lean. Lean, and it basically means cutting down waste. So whatever is not adding to your business, cut it off. You're cutting off waste, you're cutting off costs, whatever adds. It could be in terms of materials. Are you wasting materials? Are you even wasting knowledge? Are you wasting time? Are you wasting resources? Everything that doesn't increase or add to your business, cut it off.
Yeah, well, that's true. You don't need to waste your capital or waste your time on the things that are actually not necessary. Time is money.
Yes.
And your capital is very vital in terms of growing your business. So if you waste your capital on unnecessary things, your business won't grow. So that's exactly what Blessing has explained to us. So it is very, very key. Let's have that at the back of our minds. Okay, so we're going to go to the fifth point, which is going to be the last point of today's topic. But before we do that, don't go nowhere. We'll quickly go on a short break. Yeah, welcome back, guys. City Gist is still on, and I'm still here. Prince, Blessing is also here, and we're going to give you the last point of today's topic. So, Blessing, what is the last point of today's topic?
The last point, I think, is the most fun point that I think a whole lot of people would really like, and I think it's something that might also encourage them to really start up their business. And that point is the side role of social media in your business. So whether you like it or not, social media is here to stay.
Exactly.
So if you will not use social media, your competitors will use social media. So the question you should be asking is not, should I use it? The question you should be asking is, which social media platform should I use? Which one best suits my business? So you give me your view on that.
Yeah, well, that's very true, because I mean, the best way to reach out to people now, the best way to reach out to clients or to even advertise your products is through the social media. I mean, if people are always on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and the rest of them. And what I would just say to people is, if you're about to start a business, try and go and make sure you create an account, a business account on each platform. I would just say, if you're doing business, Facebook them about your business. If you're doing business, tweet them about your business. If you're doing business, Insta them about your business. Do everything, reach out to them, communicate, be communicative, you know, and then you see a lot of response. And I think another good thing that the social media is going to do to one's business is you'll be able to evaluate your product and services. You know, because people can easily tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right by way of comment and the rest of that. And if you're sensitive enough, then you'll be able to know where to adjust, you know, and which area you need to improve upon to be able to meet up with customers' satisfaction and the rest of that. So I think that it's very important.
It is, and we underestimate the power of social media. We take it for granted, to say it more likely. Many of us spend so much time on social media while we could actually be making a whole lot of money from it. And most of the times, social media is free. You know, we can enroll, we can activate an account free of charge. So why not make use of that? It is a very, very important tool, or a very essential tool that can empower you in connecting to your clients, in building a new client base, in keeping you in front of your prospects, in front of your existing customers. And you know, it really helps you, like you said, with customer satisfaction and customer care. It could also help to get feedback. You know, so it is very important that we stay connected to the people that mean the most or mean a lot to us, that we want to sell to. And social media is a tool that really helps us to achieve that.
It is. And another thing is you realize that even if you decide to advertise on social media, like you want to have more audience, it costs very little. You know, it's a very little amount of money for you to even advertise. And some take just $1 or something like that, some $2, $3, of which you could play around with and get, you know, your advertised pushed, you know, even to people that are actually not your audience. And then you, in that essence, you can then get people will get more attracted to what you're doing, and they want to know more about your product and services.
And many times those adverts are very effective.
Very effective.
They are streamlined to your target group.
Exactly.
You know, but another pitfall might be, how about those people who are not very tech savvy, that don't really know how these things work?
Well, one thing is this: somebody who is going to start a business. Now, I'll tell you, but I mean, let's look at it from the African angle. You'll be surprised that a meat seller now have a phone, a meat seller now have a Facebook, you know, and the essence is maybe the person is connected to sister, brother, and the rest of them. So if somebody like that could Facebook, so why wouldn't the person be able, you know, to use the same power, the same mean to get across to more audience? You know, I think what you said earlier is what is the problem here. Some have these tools, but they actually do not know that they could reach out to people when it comes to the business they do. Some are on those platforms just because they want to check on friends and family and the rest of, not knowing that, hey, what I'm selling, I could actually reach out to more people here. I'll tell you something. There is a lady that I read about on Facebook, who is a shoe cobbler in Nigeria. You know, somebody saw what the good quality, you know, of shoes she made, and it was shared on Facebook. That, you know, video and pictures gone viral. A lot of people start calling, you know, because a number was being placed there. So people start calling her. I personally called her because if you see those shoes, I called because I want to purchase from her.
Oh, really?
Nice shoes, good quality. Honestly, good quality. I was even doubting, but I saw, and you won't believe that through the power of Facebook, this thing got to the federal government of Nigeria, and this lady has been called upon to produce 50,000 pairs of shoes for the Nigerian army. Just through media, through social media.
Well, that is a very good example. But on the other side of it, we have to look at the sustainability of it. Is she ready to do that?
Well,
we're talking 50,000. Maybe she was already used to making 2-3 pairs, maybe 10 at the most, and all of a sudden she's been contracted to do 50,000. Sometimes when we get such an exponential growth like she experienced, instead of your business or your enterprise to explode, it rather implodes. So it might even kill the
well, if that's why when you start, like we said earlier, it has to be passion with skill. If it's your passion and you've got the skills for it, and along the line you've learned, you've been able to improve on your knowledge. You understand? I don't think, you know, such an outburst, or so to speak, should kill the business or destroy the business. It's actually an opportunity for you to be able to put, you know, your passion and skills and what you've learned, you know, over the period of time into place, you know, let it materialize. You understand? And don't forget that one of the things that actually don't allow the business to grow is the level of capital you have, the level of profit you're able to make. So this time around, she's making more profits, and money is going to be made available for her to produce these 50,000 pairs of shoes. It then means that she has more money to buy more materials.
Well, it is not only about the material, but how about the manpower?
Yeah, definitely.
How about the space?
Yeah, definitely.
How about the equipment?
Definitely. That 50,000 pieces has actually launched her, you know, into the limelight, so to speak. Because you should know that definitely more people will want to give her more contracts. You know, then even if it's for her to get one person, 2 people, to get them to employ them, she doesn't even need to go employ some kind of graduates, you know, where you won't be able to pay them the salary. There are lots of people out there who are actually doing the same thing that she's doing. She could bring them, you know, together, pay them if it's going to be on commission. But the thing is, the business is growing, and you now have more hands. And the only way you can know that your business is growing is when you now realize that you need to get more hands. Then you know your business is growing. You understand? So she will definitely have to get more hands, and because she needs to deliver on time, If you're able to deliver on time, then they know, oh, okay, she's not just good in producing good quality, she can also deliver at the appropriate time.
She's reliable.
Reliable. So if all those qualities are in place in your business, then the sky is the limit.
Well said.
Okay, yes, guys. Well, we've been discussing about how to start your own business, the do's and don'ts, and what you should really put into consideration when you're thinking about starting a business. Even when you're already doing, you're already in the business, you still need to evaluate, to think back, okay, what did I do wrong, or what have I done wrong, or what am I doing right? You need to check, put all those things in place, and then know if you are on the right path. So Blessing is going to conclude. So before the conclusion, we'll just quickly go on a short break. Stay tuned. Yes, welcome back. Well, this is the concluding part of today's program, and I'll just allow Blessing to give us a conclusion on the topic that we've discussed today, which is how to start your business or how to rebrand your business. So Blessing.
Yes, so I'm just going to recap. The first one is to build something you believe in. The second one is to offer what people want to buy and not just what you want to sell. The third one was always find new ways to keep costs and expenses low. Fourth tip was test and measure everything. And the last and final tip was decide the role of social media in your business. So, well, to just round off the whole lecture, if you will, I would say that there are no mysteries in life or in business as a whole. What we don't have most times is the knowledge. So it is up to you as a prospective entrepreneur to really do your research, to learn, to gain knowledge, and to really put up strategies in front of you. And ultimately, when you follow all these tips that we have shared with you, hopefully you make it to your ultimate destination. Hopefully you make it to your ultimate destination. That is our hope for you.
Yes, that is indeed our hope for you, that you make it to your ultimate destination. But then I will still say, make sure you get capital ready, very important, and don't forget to make it legal. Very, very important. Don't forget to make it legal. Well, on that note, I'll be signing out on today's City Gist, and it's really, really a pleasure to have Blessing Njoh here, and you are going to see more of her and more of me on the City Gist. So just don't go nowhere. Stay tuned with City Gist for more interesting topics. And if you have comments, if you have whatever you think you want to communicate or you want to let us know, please don't forget to like our page, TRT Media, and get in touch with us there. You can also check YouTube, The Royal Temis Media, youtube.com/The Royal Temis Media. And you can also join us on Facebook, facebook.com/Royal Temis. Or you can also send us messages, trtmedia75@gmail.com. You can reach out to whatever question you have for me or you have for Blessing. You can also get it across to us. And maybe Blessing can also just give us an email, just in case someone just want to ask you personal questions.
Yes. Well, you can reach me via email, and that is info@blessingnjoh.com. I'm also on Facebook, that is Blessing Njoh page, that is my media and events page. I'm also on Instagram at Blessing Njoh, Twitter, Blessing Njoh, so I'm actually everywhere.
Everywhere, exactly. So if you want to reach out to Blessing Njoh, reach out to her through that, and you can also reach out to her also through TRT Media. And also on Instagram, you'll see TRT Media _Prince Bidemi. And on that note, I'll be signing out. I remain yours, Prince. Don't go nowhere. And
blessing. See you again next time.
bye bye, and take good care of yourself.